I, I would be remiss if I didn't share something that really gave my wife and I both a good deal of strength, and that was our faith. It was our faith. I remember one time particularly being very worried, very concerned about what the future was going to hold. This was after my last exasperation years ago of the my senses and my feet and stuff that came up, and very concerned about that. And I remember driving and praying and crying and wondering, what tomorrow was going to bring, and really just having a lot of fear. And what happened was that I just had this real strong sense to look at a particular Bible verse, and I'm going to stop and get that verse up so I make sure I don't mess it up for you. So if you would hold on for just a second with me, or bear with me for a moment here. It was actually a verse that I was very familiar with, and but it just came to my mind and to my heart in a new and powerful and fresh way. It's Psalm 27, and just two verses in particular that I want to point at, but there's many verses in the psalm that struck me at this point. But it was this verse 1, and as really the first verse and the last verse of the psalm. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? He is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? And that's one of the things that really spoke to me at that time, was that I was afraid, but I needed to trust in my God the way that I always did before I found out that I had MS. I needed to continue with that trust. It's just a new application for trusting him. Who am I going to be afraid of? He is my light. He is my salvation. He's my strength. Of whom shall I fear? And then again in verse 14, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he will strengthen you. Wait, I say, on the Lord. He will strengthen your heart. Wait on the Lord. I I don't tell people, you need to do this about your MS. You need to um, take a medication, or you need to not take a medication, or you need to be on a diet, or you need to do what I'm doing regarding that. I don't tell people that, but what I will say is you need to have faith in a living God who really cares for you and loves you, and he will take care of you no matter what you're going through. And that's the thing that I really try to encourage others with, is that it's an awful thing. And I don't belittle this disease. I don't try to make it like it's a small thing. It's a horrible thing. But I realize that I still have joy in the midst of MS and difficulty. And when the times when it's really bad, I still can have strength, and I get that strength from my Lord and my God. So faith in a living God, know him and trust him. And the more you know him, the more you'll know how trustworthy he really is. That is how that is how I handle and walk through this disease, the MS. Finally, I am excited about the new research that's going on right now. And if you haven't studied CCSVI and Dr. Zamboni and Dr. Dake and others, I strongly encourage you to Google these guys. Google this stuff. It's CCSVI, and I'll put up a little note here so you can see it. And Dr. Zamboni. Just Google these, and you'll get a lot of wonderful information. I think that we're on a brink of some real powerful new information that is going to change the whole scope and the realm of multiple sclerosis. So hang on and trust and have faith and lean on him. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for bearing with me.